Gentlemen, you don't have enough talent to win on talent alone.
Hello, and welcome to the Town Alone podcast brought to you by The Wheel. I'm your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, it's midnight for him. It's Mike Taylor Swift Regan. She had an album called Midnights.
Oh, okay.
I just looked over and it looked dark. I
thought you were calling me like a person who's like net neutral, like passively attractive. Like doesn't really stand out, but isn't ugly. They're right in the middle.
I feel like you just take everything as a slight.
I do most things. People give me compliments, and my first response is usually "fuck you." How dare you?
Doesn't it kind of feel like with our setups right here, we're like building to like a weird COVID brand horror movie?
Maybe.
Like with the darkness in the background. Especially yours. For whatever reason, your setup looks very cinematic.
Well, that's what I go for. You know, I'm a cinematic guy.
Like I'm very flat lit from this light here, and then the bounce light here. Like there's a little bit of a gradation, but you have like the classic Rembrandt lighting,
right?
Which is the little corner.
Well, I always just try to do the lighting like over top of me to light me. You don't really need to see my background. That's usually why I do it this way.
It's just like we're set up where like 45 minutes into the podcast, like a hand's just gonna reach up and grab you by the shoulder and pull you out of frame, and then it'll fade out and go directed by Wes Craven.
Let's hope that happens.
Who's the best horror director of all time? Let me get your opinion on that, because I've been thinking about this recently. Because I watched In the Mouth of Madness by Sir Jonathan Carpenter.
Yeah, my pick's John Carpenter.
I think I gotta go John Carpenter.
I think it's John Carpenter. He's phenomenal in everything he's done.
So is there anyone in the conversation besides John Carpenter, Toby Hooper, Wes Craven?
So for me, it's Carpenter or Wes Craven. I need to watch like Texas Chainsaw is like just an all timer, just phenomenal. Not just as like phenomenal horror movie. Like that's a phenomenal movie, and if you don't think that, you're dumb. But I just haven't watched as much of his other stuff for me to say. So
should we do like a quick Alfred Hitchcock lip service? The guy didn't make horror movies; he made thrillers, but Psycho's
Psycho slapped.
Psycho's kind of a horror movie. So I guess The Birds.
Psycho is a horror movie. We're talking about kinda. What do you mean kinda?
The first half of the movie is a drama about.
Yeah, but so many people when they talk about like the pillars of slasher movies in American cinema, they go to Psycho.
There's no one making movies right now who you think has the potential to break into that, right? Like Jordan Peele is kind of, not to make a forced pun here, he's kind of peeling off from horror-centric things.
Yeah. I still have to see him. I mean, he produced that. But even that doesn't look like, call me crazy, that doesn't look like a horror. That looks like a thriller. There's such a delineation between a straight up horror and a straight up thriller. They're very different things. Like What Lies Beneath is a thriller movie. It's not a horror movie. They're very different things, people.
Yeah, and also him is sporting a sick 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb and a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. So it is not him.
No, that raises once again the question, where if a movie comes out and I hadn't heard of it before it came out, I'm usually skeptical of it. Not like I need to be the arbiter of all things film, but I consume a lot of film media. And so if I haven't heard of it and it comes out, I'm like, don't know about this. Don't know why I didn't hear about this.
Like you didn't hear about the news at some like festival.
Yeah, exactly.
In some European country. Didn't hear about how good it was. Didn't really crush at Canes, so I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Which is crazy because it's not even called Canes.
What is it called? Can?
Yeah. Canes is the chicken restaurant.
Oh, I got it mixed up. I do like those are two things I like though, are movies and chicken. So
you do typically get those mixed up. I know that a few weeks ago you were telling me that before the live stream you were going to get chicken from Venice. So
yeah, I will say like horror directors today, it's like a different beast. Like horror today in general is just so different from the type of movie. Like I mean, yeah, I can't think of a modern horror director who I'd put up against some of like the legends that we think of.
Yeah, I think that the ones people would point to right now are Ari Aster, Jordan Peele, T. West, and Robert Eggers.
So I'd give T. West. I feel like when I watch T. West movies, I see that he has like an affinity for like older horror in the way he directs that I really enjoy.
Maybe Mike Flanagan, but that's kind of more based off of the success of Haunted
The whitest kid you know.
Oh yeah, Zach Krieger.
Yeah, Zach Krieger. I think his two first forays into horror have been very good.
I'm such a Zach Krieger shorter.
You short him hard.
I short him hard. He's the directing version of Jackson Dart. Well, without the vitriol. Like I want Zach Krieger to succeed. I just haven't been as high on his first two movies as other people have.
Yeah.
But with
Ari Aster, I don't even consider a horror director, to be honest with you.
His origins, his first two movies are definitely like hard canon horror. But I
don't know. I don't even agree with that.
Which between Hereditary and Midsommar, which one of those isn't a horror movie?
I don't think those are like straight up horror movies. That's my personal opinion. I don't consider them horror movies. I have a weird like delineation in my brain.
You have an incorrect delineation, you mean?
Some would say it's spot on. Some would say that. People tell me
many
this,
people are
not
saying.
me.
Many people are saying you sound like the guy who was in the booth for the third quarter for the Commanders game.
Yeah, whoever that guy was, I don't know who that was.
I know. He wasn't great at his job. Or any job, as far as I could tell. With that mic. Oh yeah, that's the most combustible thing we've said politically on this podcast.
Yeah, we've never said anything more controversial than that.
I had to cut out some political talk from the last one, let me tell you.
Did you?
About 9 minutes of it.
Oh yeah, I was a little tipsy during that one, so that makes sense.
Buddy, that political talk went on. We were going. Yeah.
Jesus. Can you send me the cut of just that 9 minutes you got rid of?
No, just go download the audio.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'd love to know what I said.
No one said anything bad. It's just like we just kept going.
It was just too much. It was like this.
At a certain point, it's like, yeah,
I got you. Yeah.
And similarly, the first 7 minutes of this podcast aren't the point of this podcast.
Well, if the point is that people need to know that Ari Aster isn't truly a horror director, then I think it was time well served.
Let's see here. All right, Hereditary. Hereditary is a 2018 American supernatural psychological horror film directed and written by Ari Aster.
Okay, that just proves my point. Supernatural psychological horror. Like all these words before you get to horror.
The Grudge.
Yeah, I mean, The Grudge is fine.
The Ring.
Overrated. The Ring is also overrated.
But they're all psychological supernatural horror movies.
If you have to put that many words in front of horror, you didn't direct a horror film. You're stretching the bands here, people.
Here's another. Just Googled it real quick. Here's another supernatural horror film or psychological horror film that I list right away. Misery. Classic horror.
Misery, classic horror. That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Peeping Tom, Psycho is considered psychological horror.
Yes. Well, I mean, Psycho and Peeping Tom are horror movies. Yes.
Okay, so
Peeping Tom is like the OG, like first person.
Yeah.
Horror movie that like douchey film students like to drop in conversations to sound smart.
Supernatural horror movies such as Hereditary or The Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I put Blair Witch Project in there. Yes.
These are all
Hereditary. I put in there, but like Midsommar is like a totally different beast than Hereditary, in my opinion. And that was his last horror movie. Like, don't come at me and be like, "Oh, Beau Afraid is a horror movie." No, it's not. Beau is Afraid isn't a horror movie. I didn't see his COVID movie. What was it called again?
Eddington.
Eddington. But I can tell you right now, that was not a horror movie.
I can tell you this about Beau is Afraid. Not even a very good movie. So.
Not a good movie, let alone a horror movie. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, not good movies.
To put a bow on it, John Carpenter is the greatest horror director of all time.
Yes, that's like factually accurate. Yes, I agree.
Well, we are a football podcast, Mike, where we come on here twice a week to talk about football, and that is American football, not European football, despite the fact that football was played in Europe this weekend, which I missed the start of because I was too busy watching European football because I forgot that there was football in Europe.
Okay, so you were watching soccer because you forgot there was an NFL game going on in Berlin.
Correct.
Okay, I was translating for people at home.
But as a football podcast, Mike, we're going to start off. I know that this is a little bit of a ham-fisted process to get into it, but boy, if I don't get us going this direction, we're going to start talking about John Carpenter deep cuts for the next 45 minutes. So we're going to start off here.
Darkness. All right.
Oh, have you seen In the Mouth of Madness?
No, I said Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, I know, but those, like In the Mouth of Madness and Prince of Darkness are like the two deep cut John Carpenters that people haven't seen.
I haven't seen In the Mouth of Madness,
and I haven't seen Prince of Darkness. So I think that we should between this and the next podcast, which is going to be when we live stream, and I'm going to go to a movie. But between this and the next podcast, I think you should watch In the Mouth of Madness, and I'll watch Prince of Darkness, and we'll come back here and figure out what's the seminal John Carpenter horror film.
Deep cut? Okay. Let's do it. Okay, wait. That what you just said was ridiculous.
I mean, like, you know me.
What's the seminal John Carpenter horror film?
I think The Thing is more than Halloween. So
what?
Yeah, I think The Thing's a better movie than Halloween.
Okay, that's cute. That is. I'm like physically angry right now. Like if you were near me, I'd strangle you. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
The Thing's one of my favorite movies from the 20th century.
The Thing's a great movie. I love Thing, but to even compare it to literally the groundbreaking movie that was Halloween that like turned the entire genre on its head and became like a legendary, like a legacy, like franchise. To even compare the two is like saying I don't even know. It's like being like, oh, you know who's cool? Mac Jones. Yeah, just like Tom Brady. Like, no, it's completely fucking different, Adam. And I'm angry. So yeah. Football.
Listen, Killers of a Flower Moon is better than Casino. Right?
That one I wouldn't argue, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like just because something was original and early doesn't mean it's the best version of it. Like I think the Thing is just a better movie. I'm not saying that it's more important. I'm simply saying I think it's a better movie.
But just for my point is that I can sit here and agree that Killers of the Flower Moon is better than Casino. But I'm not going to sit here and say The Thing is a better movie than what he did on a shoestring budget and created a masterpiece that was the original Halloween. There's like it's not even close.
You're just giving qualifiers, man.
I don't need to give it qualifiers. Fine, we'll remove my qualifiers and just say it is a better movie.
There you go. That's what I was waiting for.
You got me hot. Are we going to talk about football or not? All right.
So, got to come off the top rope here. Start us off with the most important news of the week. Brian Daboll shit canned by the lowly and sad New York Giants, who are now in, I guess, pole position to get John Grizzard, Jesse Minter,
gunning for? Yeah, I guess.
Brian Kelly. I don't know who's the hot coaching candidate now. Like it doesn't feel like there's a Ben Johnson this year.
Steve Sarkisian. No, I was kidding. I have
no
idea.
You drop a Steve Sarkisian joke in maybe once a month.
That's just so when he does get hired by an NFL team, I can be like, I was telling you people for months. Yeah. You thought I was joking. I have sources. I guess it's inside source.
So, Mike,
can I?
Let's start here.
Okay.
Deservedly fired too early, or should have been retained? This is coming off a loss that they had in a somewhat close game. Came down to the wire, obviously. But a game where Jackson Dart goes out again with a concussion.
Yeah, not good. And they blew another lead, which also isn't good.
They should have fired him after Denver.
I think you just wait till the end of the year. What are you playing for, kid? Like what is the point of doing it now? Is my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a fourth thing that you didn't list, and it was, did they fire the right guy first? And I say no.
See, Mike, that's why you're the best in the biz.
Yeah.
That's why you're the best in the biz here. So you think the first person to go should have been Joe Schoen?
Absolutely. Terrible GM.
Oh, my God. Imagine if we got 2 in-season GM firings and no in-season coach firings. That'd be a legendary season. Yeah. So, Joe Schoen, obviously not a great GM. However, Mike, is he the reason this team's going to turn around in the near future? He did draft Jackson Dart.
No.
Drafted Cam Scatabo.
Why did he draft
Jackson
Carter?
Dart. Traded for Brent because they had no other options at quarterback besides Russell Wilson.
Because it's like on record. There's multiple sources saying Daboll wanted Dart.
Got it.
Yeah.
Daboll wanted Dart.
Daboll wanted Dart. Daboll wanted Neighbors, allegedly, and Schoen wanted Odunze, who I think both are going to go on to have great careers. It's way too early to say. But as far as year one, Neighbors had a big year.
Looks like the actual future, like top 5 wide receiver in the league guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and also, Shen famously, the mastermind behind trading Saquon Barkley to the fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
So like, that's my thing. Is like this guy, he. It's funny you bring up the Eagles thing, because did you see like the other news that came out over the weekend? Did I mention this on Baskey? And I just don't remember. The poison pill thing.
No, we didn't talk about that.
Okay, yeah. So there's allegedly, well, not allegedly, it's been reported, a poison pill in the Micha Parsons trade, to where if Green Bay was to turn around and trade him within the NFC East, they would then owe a first-round compensation to the Packers. which I think is a funny thing to mention in line with Joe Schoen trading one of the best running backs in the league within his own division.
Let
like
me come back in
other
real quick.
teams,
just to come back in. I just double checked it because I felt like I was wrong. He didn't trade him to Philly; they just didn't re-sign him. And the famous clip is the owner saying, "Well, if you're not going to re-sign him, just make sure he doesn't go to fucking Philly."
That was what it was. Yeah, so they let him go to Philly. Okay, you're right. You're correct. I'm sorry. Yeah,
just wanted to make sure no one was going to come hunt us. But
yeah, I forgot about that.
Didn't re-sign Barkley. Barkley goes and signs with Philly for
who'd they give the money to instead?
Oh my God, who did they? They gave the money to something really dumb, right?
Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, it was Daniel Jones. That's right.
The year prior, they gave the big contract to Daniel Jones. Now I know if you're like living in the now, and the only thing you think about is this season, you're sitting there going like, "Well, that wasn't wrong. Look how good Daniel Jones is." I still refuse to believe that this is who Daniel Jones is. I think he's in a good situation with a great coach, and I think great coaches can take QBs to a higher level than they actually are. So, but like at the time, if you were going to tell me in that New York Giants offense who was more important, Daniel Jones or Saquon Barkley, there was no doubt it was Saquon Barkley. They gave the money the year before Barkley's contract was coming up. They said, let's give the money to Daniel Jones, who at that point had no track record except for one season where they just got into the playoffs and he played solid that season.
Yeah.
He also made the Brian Burns trade, and Brian Burns has played well, but can you sit here and tell me like, oh yeah, he's been a difference maker for the Giants?
No, especially because they keep doubling down on that position.
Yeah. Why are you trading for Brian Burns if you're drafting Kayvon Thibodeau, if you're drafting Abdul Carter?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So,
yeah. The team is incredibly weak. They have one good offensive lineman. Cam Scatterbo looked good. Malik Neighbors looked good. Both those guys went down.
Yep. Dart's hurt.
Jackson Dart has looked like the best quarterback from this draft, probably. He's hurt. Yeah. So some of it's injury. Some of it can't be blamed on injury. That being said, it's 4 years. He was there for 4 years. Sure. And in that time, they made the playoffs once and got obliterated. After I think they beat Minnesota and lost in the second round. But made the playoffs once and then just steadily fell down the leaderboards as the Daniel Jones contract was a noose around their neck, and eventually they ended up with Jackson Dart, who got hurt on a designed QB run. Fun fact.
I don't like. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, big mistake. Daboll should not have been fired. I think firing Daboll makes 100% sense to me. I just think for like then John Mara, the owner, to come out and be like, Joe Schoen's done a good job putting together a team, and he's gonna lead the coaching search. That's why I think like that's a huge mistake. This should have been if you're getting rid of Daboll, you got to clean house, brother.
Yeah. I also always think it's funny that if you think your coach is so bad that you need to get rid of him, but you're angling for a top pick, wouldn't it make sense to keep him?
Just to keep him.
Yeah. Like, you think he's bad. What's the losing bet here? Right.
Like, just let him keep racking up the L's on his record and take it. If you think he's doing so bad you can't win with him, yeah, let him keep losing. Let him keep doing. If anything, go into the locker room after a loss and be like, hey, man, great job. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. As far as Daboll goes, his next steps, there's a couple avenues he could take. One, I think he could slide back into being a fantastic offensive coordinator. I mean, I'm coming off a frustrating week with my own team, so I'm already like, hey, buddy, come home. We miss having an actually explosive offense. That was nice when you were here. Other than that, you know what I was thinking about today?
What's that?
They turned back the clock. Back in 2017, do you know who the offensive coordinator was at the University of Alabama?
Gavin Newsom.
It was Sir Brian Daboll, absolutely. And they won a national title. Interestingly enough, that was the national title where Jalen Hurts got benched at halftime and Tua came in and brought him back and won the game on an amazing 2nd and 26-yard touchdown pass in overtime.
So Brian Daboll to Miami as the head coach.
I was going to say, that makes me think two things. One, we reunite Daboll and Tua, which would be hilarious. Or two, like if Daboll wants like less stress, make some less money but less stress, he could probably go to like college and be like one of the top paid offensive coordinators and just shred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's go do that, dude.
Like, you're telling me that what? Next year, inevitably, Oregon isn't going to need a new OC after their OC gets hired to be a head coach, or Indiana or something?
Exactly. Will Stein leaves, you get paid like ridiculous money to go OC there and just destroy college defenses. Like, do it, bud.
And if you're an OC, it's not like you're like constantly grinding away at recruiting. I'm sure you got to do some of that for like top prospects,
right?
But you're not constantly grinding away at it, which means the work schedule is probably a little bit lighter than NFL, especially NFL head coach.
What did Matt Patricia do?
Matt Patricia is having the best fucking years of his life right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Ohio State's defense looks unreal. I have no idea where it came from. I didn't know Matt Patricia had that in his bag. Was not familiar with his game, and I apologize.
Did he get rid of the pencil behind the ear?
I don't know. I haven't seen a shot of him. That's a good question.
Yeah, because maybe that was it.
Yeah. I mean, Ohio State hasn't played like a real team since week 1, so it's tough to...
But they won that game. They won that game. They won that game.
Julian Sand looks like a Heisman candidate.
So when Joe Brady gets fired this year, can you tell me who the last offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills was to currently be employed?
Huh?
Who was the last person who was OC for the Bills?
Oh, who currently has a job.
Yeah, have a job during the 25-26 offseason. Yeah.
So he's out, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Don't tell me Nathaniel Hackett's out there somewhere.
I think like he's some assistant somewhere, so we're not going to count him.
Okay. Then who?
Greg Roman.
Greg Roman. That's right. He's over there in L.A. for some reason. That's going great for them.
So, Mike, Week 10 happened. We watched Week 10 of football. Football was on TV for 10 weeks now.
Oh, shit. It did happen?
It did happen.
I thought it was next week. Fuck. I missed all of it.
And as the official team talent alone, hashtag team talent alone, the Arizona Cardinals played football. You might have mistaken it because it was in the afternoon slate of games where none of them were really football games as much as they were races for a quarter and then everyone fell asleep.
It's a total blowout.
Might have been.
Every game.
I am not kidding you. Might have been the worst slate of football I've seen all year. Was the afternoon slate.
Yeah. I mean, like I was thinking during the afternoon slate, there's like, what, 3 or 4 games going at that time?
There was just 3.
There's 3, yeah. I was like, we really don't need to do these European games.
No. Yeah, we probably could have gone with an Indiana overtime win in that 4 o'clock slate. By the way, nice. Jonathan Taylor.
You. Unfortunate for LA. Not LA, ATL.
I never know what Atlanta team's showing up, but we'll talk a little bit more about Indiana here in a second, I'm sure, in one of our later segments. But as Team Talent Alone, Mike, we play a game every Monday where we we guess the top 5 players by PFF grade from the previous game. Mike will pull up the PFF scores now. Give us a minimum of, what is it, 50%, 40% of snaps, something like that?
I do 50% of snaps per side of the ball. So this week, if you were on offense and you played for the Cardinals, you had to play 38 snaps. If you were on defense and you played for the Cardinals, you had to play 31 snaps. Also, if you were on defense and played for the Cardinals, I apologize. It was a rough week of work for you.
Let me tell you something, Mike. I feel zero confidence in 4 of my answers this week. So I watched this game. I watched this game live. I had it on the second screen because my dog shit team was getting blown out on the big screen. And then this morning, I rewatched this game. I rewatched the all 22 of the game.
Wow. Grind tape.
Boy, did this game suck shit. So I got confidence in one guy.
Okay.
On the field for the majority of snaps. I'm guessing somewhere between 40 and 50 snaps. Always just a constant contributor to the offense. Trey McBride, 13 targets, 9 receptions, 137 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep. Number 1, Trey McBride, 82.8 offensive grade.
You know what I love?
Yeah.
I love the Cardinals constantly running 2 tight end sets for like half the gameplay and still not being able to run the ball or stop pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the extra tight ends out there for, guys?
Yeah.
Number 2, just going back to the well, you'll remember from back in our Atlanta Falcons days, this was a pretty constant move for me, just going with the all-pro left tackle, Paris Johnson Jr.
Absolutely. He was the 4th ranked in PFF at a 72.3 offensive grade.
And I am officially out of guesses. I feel confident. Let's switch to the other side of the ball here, Mike. The only guy who got a sack and forced a fumble, Josh Sweat.
Yeah, pride of 7.57, baby. 78.8, second highest PFF grade on the Cardinals this week.
And now we're to the shrug picks, Mike. I don't think he had enough snaps. I'm going with him anyways. Calais Campbell, the ageless
Calais Campbell just got in there. He had 33 snaps. He was just over 50%, and he was number 5 at 71.
And finally, Walter Nolan?
Yeah, Walter Nolan didn't play bad, actually.
Yeah, he had some hits in the backfield.
Yeah, he didn't play too bad. You missed. That was it, right? That was your 5. You missed the third place one right in the middle, and it's a weird one. Safety Jalen Thompson, 72.9 defensive grade.
Interesting.
Yeah, he hasn't popped up a lot this year, but yeah.
Well, Mike,
had no missed tackles, so that helps.
As a special edition for this, because it was such a dog shit game, I also have the bottom 5 PFF grades.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Shit. Hold on. Let me resort. I wasn't prepared for this.
I know. I wanted to spring it on you. I said, hey, you know what'd be funny? If I make myself do more work and Mike doesn't have to.
All right, go ahead.
At number 1, by which I mean number last, Jacoby Brissett of the New England Patriots fame.
Yes. Wait 1 second. I have to do like last second things to figure out if they made the snap count. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yes, I believe he would be in at number 5 with a 47.2 offensive grade. Was not a good week. Are we sure we're gonna go ahead and put Kyler on IR? I'm gonna change that decision now.
Oh, the Kyler roster spot. All right, what's going on with the quarterback here? Who are they gonna play?
Yeah.
Bro, you got the worst team in the best division, and it looks like those other 3 teams ain't going anywhere fast. So maybe just take and draft a new guy, or just let Kyler keep playing. Doesn't exactly seem like Jacoby Brissett's the quarterback of the future. Next up, texted you about this guy early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the only time I texted you about him. Denzel Burke.
Denzel Burke was so bad.
Tough game for Denzel Burke.
Yeah, it was actually among the players who meet our qualifying 50% snap count. He was dead last.
There you go. That's an easy one.
At 36.8.
At number 3, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this to you. Garrett Williams came in with a lot of hype, allowed a touchdown. In coverage.
Yeah. Number 2 at 37.6. The guy who's getting skipped over is PJ Mustipher, who had the lowest of the game at 27.4, but he only played 23 snaps. So good news, Mustipher.
I also was not going to guess PJ Mustipher.
Who would?
How about we go a little interior offensive line on this one? How about Will Hernandez, who let Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams into Brissett's kitchen all fucking day?
Hernandez didn't have a good day. It was a 54.5 grade, but he is not in the bottom 5. I'm sorry.
And finally, your boy, the second generation spectacular. If he was on the Giants, Daboll wouldn't have gotten fired. Marvin Harrison Jr., 13 targets, 3 receptions, 33 yards.
That's terrible, but no, he wasn't. 58.6 offensive grade. He dodged it because there were some really bad performances also, in this grade.
Quick shout out. I'm not going to make you do the a third time. I do just want to shout out on Seattle. Tyrese Knight and DeMarcus Lawrence, who fucking cracked the code on how to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
No.
Are you familiar with this?
Twice I saw they had a couple defensive touchdowns. I was watching the game.
Tyrese Knight sacks Jacoby Brissett as he's throwing the ball. It fumbles into DeMarcus Lawrence's lap, who scoop and scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
Twice! The same 2 players do the same thing. Twice!
You know what I was thinking on the one is there is nothing smoother than when there's like a strip sack or like a fumble and a defensive player like catches it in stride. Like it pops up off the turf and they just catch it and keep going.
Yeah.
Nothing smoother than that.
Which is crazy because like that's not like something you can practice. Like that's not, you don't have the muscle memory for that. That is just pure ungodly instinct.
Yeah, it was wild.
Well, that's what I got, Mike. Next week,
do you want to hear
Cardinals?
Do you want to hear who you missed though in the bottom 5?
On the bottom 5? Yes, I do.
You missed with a 43.7 grade defensive left tackle, Dalvin Tomlinson. Not familiar with his game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't say I am either.
But the other one you missed is someone who should not be, if the Cardinals want to have success, is a player who you cannot have this low with a 44.4 offensive grade, and particularly a 27.9 pass block grade, and that's left guard Evan Brown.
Wrong interior defensive lineman. Damn
Yep.
it.
Played every single snap and was the lowest offensive graded player. That's not going to cut it.
So Arizona has lost 6 of the last 7.
Yeah.
Most of which have been relatively close games. Not this one. Not this one. Next week, they are versus the 49ers, and they are at the Rams, versus the Seahawks, at 49ers, and versus the Rams. That's not true. I just made a joke on Sunday about how the NFC West only ever... Like, if I found out that secretly the NFC West was playing each of their teams 4 times instead of 2 times, it wouldn't surprise me. It feels like every fucking week the NFC West is playing each other. The afternoon slate, 2 of the 3 games were the 4 NFC West teams. And next week, Mike, in the afternoon slate, 2 of the 4 games are all NFC West teams.
NFC West teams? I mean, like second half of the season, that's all it is in the 4 o'clock slate. Just NFC West teams playing each other.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just... Like, is there 9 teams in the NFC West, and I just keep forgetting it? So they just all play each other in, like, an endless cycle?
At least the other NFC West game got interesting there for a minute, but then the Rams imposed their will.
Well, next week, NFC West-wise, we get the juggernaut game, the game of the week, Rams-Seahawks.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more on Wednesday, but I'm looking forward to that.
Talk about that more on Wednesday, after Mike's hungover and hopefully not dead from asphyxiation from the stream on Tuesday.
Oh. I was like, why am I hungover? And hopefully not. Oh, yeah, hopefully no filet fish tomorrow. No filet fish tomorrow night.
That clip is brutal. You got to watch this short, but it is brutal. By the way, at the end of it, you go 51 seconds. I have an on-screen timer, 1 minute and 38 seconds. I don't know where the fuck you got 51 seconds.
I cut it really short early, thinking I was good, and I was about to swallow the rest of it. So I hit stop, and then it just didn't. It didn't go down. Like it's bread, alleged fish. So says Ronald McDonald in tartar sauce, and it just makes this and cheese. Just makes this like tar in your throat.
You put it in your mouth and you go, thicker than I expected. And just like in the background, it gets edited out because I sped up the clip to like 400% speed.
Yeah.
But it gets edited out. It's just me going, I installed the wrong container. How did I install a container?
I'm dying on the other end.
You literally go,
I made a noise.
You literally go, can't breathe.
That sounded gross.
Yeah.
The worst part is, like, after we got done with the stream, I was getting in my car to drive home, and I was like, fuck, that took too long. I got to try that again one time.
Please never try that again. It was fucking horrifying. I'll link the short in the description. I'll pop it up in the video right here.
Okay.
Fucking horrifying, Mike.
I got cocky. I ate like the first half of it really quick, and I got cocky and just shoved the second half in my mouth. And that's when I almost died.
Yeah, I believe your last words were almost, I got a little more space here.
Yeah. Those were my last words. I got a little more space here.
That was almost your last words. And then you shoved more sandwich in your mouth.
God damn. We got to get sponsored by McDonald's. This would be a gold mine for them.
All right, Mike. So we are firmly in the playoff hunt season now. As we round second on our way to third before sliding in home, getting laid. And we are going to power rank the 14 current playoff teams in order of how likely they are to make the Super Bowl.
Can I jump in here for a second?
Uh-huh.
You got give me your I couldn't do this. Like I have my teams I feel more like the most confident in, yes. Teams I'm really liking right now. But I'm sitting here, I'm trying to power rank 14 teams, and I'm looking at these teams, I'm breaking them down, looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at schedules, and I'm like, none of these teams have beaten anybody I consider impressive. Who has an impressive win in the NFL? Part of it I think is I'm just like way too college football brained, where I'm like, well, let me see your resume, bud.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. Like, I was looking for it. Like, I don't know. It's got an impressive win. I got my top 5.
Well, good news is we have to rank 14. So
yeah. So I can tell you you can go through your list, and I'll tell you my top 5, and then I'll argue with your rankings in general.
Okay, that's good. That's what I'm hoping for. So here's what we're gonna do, Mike. Despite whatever the fuck you just said we were gonna do there.
Okay, good. You ignored me just like when I was choking to death. Great. That's good now.
That's fucking gross. We're gonna get our ranking set out here, and then we're gonna come to a consensus ranking, as we typically do with these things. So I have all 14 teams ranked, as was the assignment. And Mike, on the other hand, has ranked 4 teams and said, Adam, you rank the other 10.
Half the playoff teams aren't really that good. Like why? Like it's just it's an indictment on the NFL system that I'm looking at these playoff teams right now, and I'm like, the Steelers are in there. Like that's a joke, you know. Like the Broncos are a 2 seed. They just beat the fucking. Pardon my language. Why am I pardoning my language? This has an E next to its podcast name. It's just they just beat the fucking Raiders by 3 points in one of the worst games we've watched all year. I'm supposed to be impressed by that.
I was going to make a joke about how the podcast literally doesn't have an E next to its name, but if you consider it to be the Talent Alone podcast, and there's an E at the end of alone. So.
I meant like you put the little
explicit,
E for explicit, yeah.
I think I just marked that it's not for kids. I think that's really what I do.
There you go.
Well, let's start here, Mike. Who's your number 1 seed?
Oh, it's easy. This was the one team where I was like, "There's no doubt." It's the Los Angeles Rams.
So I have the Rams too.
You're wrong.
And okay, let me tell you why, and then you can tell me I'm wrong.
All right.
I agree with you that they are like undoubtedly they look like the best team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give credit to teams that only have to play 2 games to make the Super Bowl instead of 3 right now.
What do you mean?
The 1 seed's get a bye. No other team's get a bye. Right now, Seattle's the 1 seed.
Okay, so you're saying because Seattle's the 1 seed, you bump them up higher than the Rams.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to be the 1 seed. They still have to play each other.
Right, but right now, week 10,
yeah,
Seattle is the 1 seed, which means they get a bye. So the Rams have to win 3 games instead of 2.
But your words were power ranking teams on like who's most likely to make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Correct? Rams are the best team in the NFL right now.
Right, but by likeliness. See, we're going to get into this fucking pedantic argument. By likeliness.
I think it's
by
more likely
likeliness,
the Rams win 3 games and the Seahawks win 2 games.
That's going to be our bumper. That's going to be what they show on SportsCenter to get them to tune in to
bumper.
Talent Podcast.
Who was on crack? The Rams do literally everything. Like their defense, since they won the Super Bowl, right? And they in order to do that, they did what good teams who realize they're on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl tend to do, which is something the Bills probably should be doing more, but Brandon Beane's fingers are broken and apparently doesn't know how to answer a fucking telephone, is just say, picks, worthless to us, we want now. And they sold out to win that Super Bowl, and it was correct to do so because they pulled it off. And then since then, they've been just killing it in the draft, and they've built this defense that is just so good. I'm not saying it's best defense in the league, but goddamn, does it have dudes on it in both areas, taking care of business. You got Matt Stafford, who I'm starting to believe is going to play till he's 45.
25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
He's playing unreal. They are a big thing for me if I'm going to buy into a team is are you explosive? Do you have the ability to be explosive on offense? They got it. Puka and the boys crushing it. And then Kyron's good, but also at the same time, it's Sean McVay. Whoever's running the ball is going to be good.
I could run the ball in a Sean McVay offense. And even then, also Sean McVay's whole thing for so long was he was we're gonna make the pass game an extension of the run game. It's gonna have check down, swing pass, stuff like that. Now, for whatever reason, now with Stafford, who came into the season with a debilitating back injury that just seems to have gone away, he's just we have Matt Stafford. What if we just chuck it?
Just sling it. Did you see Stafford throwing blocks a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
If I'm getting in his ear and I'm like, hey, buddy, I get that you're hashtag football guy. Stop that.
Yes, you can't turn it off.
If you throw a pick and it's anything short of the Super Bowl that's going to get returned for a pick 6, you lay on the ground like you're Cam goddamn Newton until that guy gets by you. I do not want to see you taking hits and throwing blocks.
He's too old school. Stafford's a gamer. All right.
Baker did the same thing. Baker had a pass in this game with the Patriots where he was 25 yards downfield throwing a block. And I'm like, but
you love it, though.
What are you doing?
You hate it, but you love it.
Who's your number 2 team, Mike, if the Los Angeles Rams are your definitive? So here, how high do you have Seattle? Do you have Seattle in your top 4 at all?
They're my 3rd team.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about Seattle at 3 then. Let's talk about your number 2 team.
So I hate to say this because I labeled them bitch made during the live stream.
That could be half the NFL, Mike.
That's true. I did. I labeled a lot of people bitch made. The Eagles are really up there. People have to accept it. Like I said, when I went in there and I'm like, all right, let's look at resume for a second. They get the win against the Chiefs. They beat the Rams, who I was just glazing. Like they beat the Bucks. Like I mean, they hung on to beat the Bucks, but they beat them. They have a defense still. Howie Roseman's one of the best GMs in the league, if not the. I think Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback? No. Do I think he is perfect for the system they run? Absolutely. And I think it just all works. So I have them number 2.
Yep. They traded for Jair Alexander, but throwing more bodies at their CB2 problem. I think they traded for Jalen Phillips too to help with like their pass rush issues.
Mm-hmm.
They're kicking off here in an hour against the Green Bay Packers, so we can't instantly react to anything. We have to, unfortunately, rest on our priors and analysis instead of having to beat the Packers.
We'd be so wrong an hour from now.
Dude, I posted our Survivor pool clip, and yesterday I rewatched it, and we gave out some very wrong picks. But most importantly, our number 1 pick we gave out, Detroit Lions. So, but if they lose 35-1 to the Packers tonight, we'll look very dumb. But outside of that,
it'd be amazing.
So I have the Eagles 5th.
Okay, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I think everything you said is objectively correct. I think their offense still has been if you'll allow me to be a little highfalutin, elevated football analysis, their offense has been kind of fucking weird.
Yes,
it's been weird. Hasn't been really working right. It's been weird. Saquon's not running like Saquon, or he's not getting out like Saquon. The offensive line isn't blocking like the Philadelphia offensive line. Their downfield passing isn't working. But the important thing is, Mike, they're still fucking winning most of their games. So,
right, find a way to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree on the passing game standpoint. That is always going to be a concern. But I mean, I feel like throughout the year last year that was a concern, and it just didn't matter. Then come playoffs,
it didn't matter.
Come Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts is erroneously winning Super Bowl MVP when it should have gone to
the offensive line, the defense.
No, it should have gone to the pride of white football players all around the world.
Oh, Cooper DeJean.
Thank you. Yeah, I kept wanting to say Quinyon Mitchell, and my brain was like, "No, he's not white, Michael."
Yeah, everyone's favorite white football player, Quinyon.
Quinyon Mitchell. Yeah.
So your number 3 team, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah,
they're my number 1 team.
I bumped him down to 3 just because if you want to be like if I'm going to be that guy and say, all right, well, I've never seen I look at the Rams and the Eagles. What do they have in common? They've done it before. I haven't seen the Seahawks do it before. Matter of fact, last time I saw Sam Darnold in a big game situation, he didn't do it. I mean, he fucked it in the worst possible way. So that's why I put him there. But I love these Seahawks, dude. If Mike McDonald doesn't win Coach of the Year, I'm gonna riot.
Oh, right now the favorites got to be Vrabel, right?
That's a joke.
I think Vrabel and then the Stink are ahead of him.
That's a joke.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jack Smith and Jigba has turned into this season the best receiver in the league. Maybe just period.
Yeah.
Not non-Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are having down years, and Chase is some of that's injury, and Justin Jefferson, it's that I think that Philadelphia Flyers are down, so Gritty's sad, right. And that affects Justin Jefferson a lot personally.
In Chase's case, he also hasn't had Joe Burrow throwing him the football. So
that's what I meant. Yeah.
that should count as an injury. You're true. That's correct.
Well, I meant Joe Burrow's injury.
Yes.
The Seahawks have won 3 straight games in which they have been up by at least 25-0 by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had they lost to the Buccaneers and 49ers, both 1-possession games.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, they have 3 games in which they scored at least 38 points. And their next game they're at Rams, but then the schedule after that is nearly a complete cakewalk. Titans, Vikings, Falcons, Colts, Rams, Panthers, 49ers.
Yeah.
So if they split with the Rams, then your only real question mark left on the schedule is going to be the Colts, and then the 49ers in Week 17, who at that point I think are going to be starting Kyle Shanahan or Kurt Warner at quarterback.
I think there's something to be said with the Seahawks about if a guy's done it before, give him the time to do it again. In the case of John Schneider, their GM.
Yeah.
He built the team that won a Super Bowl for them with Russell Wilson. He built the team that was surprisingly competitive with Geno Smith. And then when he decided it was time to move on from those things, and there was allegedly a rift between him and Pete Carroll, they stuck with Schneider, and looks like it was the correct choice to make. And like, I mean, you look at draft picks and the way they're hitting. Like Byron Murphy hit. Nick Emenwari is playing very well this year, considering he came into the league as one of the guys who you consider like super athletic but really raw. He's playing really good. Dude, Torrey Horton, a 5th-round wide receiver, 5 touchdown catches on the year. Like, they're drafting well. And the biggest thing, I'll say this real quick, and I'll let you take over, is that I was wrong. Darnold hit, and it hit big.
Yeah, Charles Cross, another draft pick of theirs, playing great at tackle. Yep. Gray Zabel has been up and down, but Elijah Aurora looks like a hit. I mean, they even used a 3rd-round pick, a day 2 pick, on getting a guy who was definitely a developmental second quarterback. But when you have, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks in the draft, you can take shots like that on day 2 and it's fine. And Snyder's done a great job of that. And once again, Jack Smith and Jigba, another hit. They bring in, they trade for Raheem Shaheed, who hasn't had a chance to get up and running. They sign Sam Darnold. Like, it's one of those team building philosophies where everyone's like, you got to build for the draft, but like, you got to hit all 3 phases: transactions, signings, draft, and they've done that.
Adam
and
left.
It's
so
like,
just me.
Oops,
hey,
my Discord has crashed.
I don't know what to do. I'm panicking at this point. He's back.
That was weird.
That was weird.
And all of that in the midst of the fact that after one season when we were like, Mike McDonald sucks, he's turned it around and he looks good. Like, the defense is awesome. Mm-hmm. We'll not spend too much time on our top 3 teams so far. Mike, who do you have at number 4?
I got the New England Patriots.
I have them at 9.
Wow, you're a hater.
They haven't beat anyone.
Most of the league hasn't beat anybody. That's what I was just saying.
But they extra haven't beat anyone.
They beat the Bills.
We talked about that week. Divisional matchups are weird. I am not going to give people credit for winning divisional matchups.
They walked onto the Bills' turf and beat them. And I'm not saying the Bills are a great
So did
team.
fucking Miami.
Like, I don't have them on the list right now because I didn't finish my rankings because I was like, it's just a jumbled mess for me. But I'm putting the Bills somewhere in like the mid-tier, and they beat them. They beat a playoff team. They beat a team that came into the season expected to be in the Super Bowl. Like, we're not going to give them anything for that. Drake May
Miami beat them too. Are we giving Miami credit?
That's divisional games. They're weird.
You are the master of narratives, Mike.
Yes, I am. I guess this is being heavily buoyed by what Drake May is doing. His wide receiving core isn't anything to write home about. He's making Kayshon Boutte look good. Diggs is doing fine, but he's not like prime Diggs anymore. He's doing good. Hunter Henry has been playing well.
A lot of Hunter Henry targets.
A lot of Hunter Henry targets. This defense, I think their biggest thing defensively is they have no pass rush. That's anything impressive to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a dude in the secondary, in Christian Gonzalez, who I still got a lot of stock in. So I guess like their defense is playing better than the sum of its parts is my point, and I think a lot of that is Vrabel. They have a very good head coach. So I think we're seeing are they getting to the Super Bowl this year? They could get to it. I don't know if they're winning it this year. It depends on how like the matchup shake out, but we're seeing the budding of a very dangerous thing in the AFC with the Patriots.
They are the 2024-25 Washington Commanders with better coaching and a more traditional MVP caliber quarterback.
Is that a compliment or an insult? I'm so confused.
Little column A, little column B. They're playing the easiest schedule in football by strength of schedule so far this year.
That's true.
So let's all pump the brakes on the Patriots Super Bowl contenders. The Patriots are they're the Patriots. Yeah, the Buccaneers, who I have ranked
another playoff team
10th. But here's the thing: they're playing a very easy schedule, and Drake May looks awesome. And I'm not taking anything away from Drake May. Mike Vrabel seems to have turned around a team that was terrible the last 2 seasons in one off season. Mm-hmm. But let's pump the brakes on their Super Bowl contenders. They are playing an incredibly easy schedule. Their defense is very bad.
So I guess my thing is that we are seeing the beginning of like going forward in the offseason. It's no longer going to be about building a foundation. It's now going to be about how do we add the pieces to actually win a Super Bowl. I think they're at that point.
Yes.
Now you may say, well, if that's what you think, why do you have them at fourth? And my answer is because there's not a lot of teams I take seriously as they can win a Super Bowl.
I don't take the Patriots seriously as they win a Super Bowl. I think that they will put on a very competitive 17-21 loss in the wild card round.
Would you have like the Colts -1 or something? You're going to believe in this Daniel Jones bullshit?
No, I have the Colts at 3.
Exactly. I have the Patriots. You're serious? Get the fuck out of here.
Once again, they only have to win 2 games.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to sit here and we're going to be Mr. Let's compare resumes. Who have the Colts beaten?
The Falcons, your favorite team?
I want to punch you so bad right now. Right in the schnoz. They lost to the Rams. They lost to the Steelers, where Daniel Jones turned into a pumpkin extreme. Are we putting a lot of stock in them beating the Chargers? Like, is that
Chargers,
big
Broncos?
Deal?
Chargers and Broncos are both wins as good as beating the Buccaneers. I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying they're as good.
The Broncos, first of all, it was early season against the Broncos, and second of all, the Broncos are the most ridiculous number 2 seed of all time.
I have them.
That's how this shakes out.
I'm with you on that.
What are we doing here?
But they okay. I'm not saying they're like a super strong number 2 seed, but both those wins are as good as beating the Buccaneers.
Okay, I won't argue with that point because the Bucs aren't really I'd have the Bucs pretty on the lower end just because I think they're first half of the season. I think they were very beneficial of 1-score wins, and now they're down their top receiver, and I think their defense is just fine. So I'm not crazy about the Bucs right now.
So I have Colts at 3. Jonathan Taylor, great defense. The Stink just coaching them, just willing them along. It is very similar to the Vikings of last year. I will give you that.
Yeah.
But the difference is that they're going to win their division and potentially get a bye, whereas Minnesota had to play Detroit in the first round.
I put money on it right now. Money on it. You want to take this bet with me?
What's the bet?
$100 says the Colts, if they get a bye, we can cancel this bet if they don't get the bye. Actually, we can cancel it. If they get the bye, they get knocked out in the divisional round in their first game.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
If I win, are you going to pay up this money? Or were we just going to forget it ever happened?
Yes. Well, I have a few investments I'm waiting to see. Like, for example, I'm hoping I win the Survivor pool, and I can just tell you to tell your uncle or whatever to send the money to you, so we're even.
We're still 2 weeks away from you potentially owing me another $100.
I know. I've been staring at that on the calendar every day when I wake up.
That'll be a fun week. Yeah, sure. I'll take that bet.
All right.
Why not?
I'm writing it down.
There you go. My number 4 team, the Detroit Lions.
That's they're up. They would have been up there on my list. I think Detroit is I even though I didn't write them all down as I'm formulating this list in my head, very NFC heavy. I take a lot of teams in the NFC more seriously than I do in the AFC. And that's probably because we've seen teams like the Chiefs have their foibles. That was a good word. And the Bills have their problems, which I could talk for 4 hours about. So, and the Ravens obviously are currently in ridiculous come from behind mode. They're going to win their division. To go ahead and put money on it now, people. Saying that.
The nice thing is I didn't have to rank the Ravens or Chiefs because technically, as of right now, they're out of the playoffs.
They're out of it. Yeah. But that just speaks to my thing of why I've been more I'm more NFC centric right now, and we're ranking the current playoff teams. I think Detroit's really good. Yeah. DC, old Danny Cams, the suit man, taking over play calling.
Stealth taking over play calling. That wasn't announced, wasn't discussed.
No. He just out there with the play sheet.
Dan Campbell showing why he is this is a dude coach, and Dan Quinn might not be. Dan Quinn came out today and publicly made a statement about he's taking play calling away from Joe Witt Jr. on the defensive side of things. Dan Campbell's a class act. Doesn't say anything. Just takes over the play calling, doesn't want to make it a whole thing, doesn't want outside noise. They just noticed because he happened to have the play sheet and happened to be calling plays.
Right. I mean, they were like, hey, that looks like that Applebee's commercial.
Yeah, it does. It does look a lot like the Applebee's commercial. It did.
He's calling the plays.
Number 5 team, we already discussed it, the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't need to double dip on that. Number 6 team, the Buffalo Bills. I get it. It has been a painful up and down season for them. In the playoffs, they have some things that I am quite confident work. They have a very good offensive line. They can run the ball, and they have an MVP level quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Those 3 things work. It just works. And the receiving is a concern. None of the receivers are ever open. If this team was quarterbacked by, I don't know, throw out your mid-tier quarterback, Sam Darnold. No offense to Sam Darnold. Just if Sam Darnold was having to throw into windows as tight as Josh Allen has to do, we wouldn't be talking about Sam Darnold in the MVP conversation.
Right. I agree with that. They have their defense is weak.
The defense looks good on some weeks and terrible on others. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are a very good zone secondary and a very bad everything else.
Yes.
So if they can beat a team with zone, if they can scheme it up that way, like their dudes are disciplined, stay where they need to go, they communicate well, but as soon as it's like, oh, this team's gonna run on you, they go, fuck, what are we supposed to do about that? Tackle him?
Yeah.
All right, everyone get out there, just lay on the ground, just lay face down and hope he trips.
That was a perfect way to sum up the Bills' defense. Is why it's going to be a problem. But hey, allegedly, someone leaked this after the fact that the Bills were high bidder for Jalen Waddle and Quentin Williams, but those teams didn't want to trade him within their division. So you can add Brandon Beane to the list of GMs who leak news about. We almost got that player right next to Kevin fucking Adams.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for Brandon B to come out and say, well, there's just no palm trees in Buffalo.
I know. That's what I'm waiting for. This dude can't make a trade to save his life. Which I don't want to hear it, because you want to know why there's no excuse? We have Josh Allen, and we have a chance to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, just like in the NFL, you have Owen Power, and you're not just building around him constantly.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's all you need in the NFL. You got a good QB, and you have a chance to win a Super Bowl. Players will agree to come there.
Makes more sense.
And we're doing. And why are
Stephon Diggs?
I'm not gonna get into.
Stephon Diggs was excited to be there for a few years until for some reason he just wasn't anymore. I couldn't really tell you what happened there.
I think Josh Allen started getting more of the credit than he did.
Yeah, that must have been it, because like he was still, when Stephon Diggs started to like throw his temper tantrum on the way out the door, he was the most targeted wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, the offense has changed so much of Brady too. Like you could track that in like targets and everything. Once Brady took over for Dorsey, it was like he didn't become as much of a centerpiece. But like I said, I could talk 4 hours about what's wrong with the Bills, so we won't do that. Go ahead.
My number 17, Green Bay Packers. I don't really think we need to touch on this too much. I don't know where to put the Packers.
It's made.
There you go.
Put them 14. Put them 14 out.
They're playing tonight. They oscillate every week how good they look. There's a chance that this week the defense just shows up and gets 6 sacks, and Jalen Hurts leaves the game early because he pissed his pants from fear over seeing Micha Parsons, and Jordan Love throws for 206 touchdowns, and we have to be like, wow, the Packers are for real for another week. Or they'll show up, score 2 points when Jalen Hurts kneels the ball at the end of the game in the end zone, and we'll have to go, wow, the Packers are washed, because that's the Packers. Number 8, Mike.
Hold on. Actually, no, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Number 8, Mike. The Denver Broncos. We are into the half of the list that is, I ain't putting money on any of these guys.
Entirely bitch mid.
So they have home field advantage right now unless they play the 1 seed, which is the Indianapolis Colts. The offense is so bad. I mean, like, Mike. They're on a 7-game win streak. The offense is so bad. Like, have you seen this? Have you heard of this? Are you aware of this?
I'm aware of this. I saw Thursday Night Football.
The offense is so bad. Like,
it's terrible.
You have the fourth quarter against the Giants. You have that insane everyone can crush the Cowboys into dust game. Outside of that, 10 points against the Raiders, 18 points against the Texans, 13 points against the Jets, 21 points against the Eagles, 28 points against, once again, the worst defense in the league, Bengals, 20 points against the Chargers, 28 points against the Indianapolis Colts, and 20 points against the Titans.
Yeah.
This team has scored over 30 twice, and one of those took 28 fourth quarter points to do.
Not good.
Not good. However, the offense, or the defense, pretty good. You want to just rattle off some, like, name some guys on the Broncos defense real quick?
I mean, Nick Bonito, Zach Allen, Patrick Surtain, Jade Bear. There you go. No, I didn't buy. I mean, me and you, we kind of like alluded to it on a podcast because we were going to talk about, I don't know what the segment was, but I got cut for time, and you were going to be high on the Broncos, and like I can't buy into it. As fun as like the whole fourth quarter Bronco thing is, I can't buy into it. And even after seeing, there was no fourth quarter Broncos in the Raiders game. It was just which team is going to play slightly worse than the other team that's playing bad.
Yeah.
And that's what we got.
Technically, they did outscore the Raiders in the fourth quarter.
Actually, they did. So keep that streak going. I just I can't like first few weeks of the season. I was like ignoring all the Bo Nix slander. I'm like, all right, settle down. First few weeks, like he like got it together last year. I'm like, I can't ignore it anymore. He's not playing good.
No,
he's becoming a problem.
Yeah, a problem that apparently even not Sean McVay, the other one, Sean Payton can't solve.
Yeah. Well,
we called our stream Bo Picks, which I see constantly when I'm editing and doing stuff on YouTube. Just every time I'm on there, it says Bo Picks. Right now, let me see. I want to pull up the per game stat here. Quiet you.
I just put money on Eagles -1.5.
I don't feel like doing the math on this, but per game he's averaging less than 200 yards.
Not good. It's NFL 2025.
Yeah, not great. Not great, Jim. Next up, Mike, I have the
number 9, right?
aforementioned, number 9, the New England Patriots. We already discussed them. Here's where you're going to say I put them too low.
That's slightly too low. I was a little too high. I think you're a little too low. We should meet in the middle. Call them number 6.
Number 10, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Any complaints?
Don't buy it. No, 10's good. 10's good.
Yeah. Number 11, once again, a team I don't buy, the Los Angeles Chargers. Any complaints there?
This team has good job by them for last night, but I mean, offensive line's a problem. Kabani Vidal, I guess he's the dude going forward. They didn't trade for a running back. I don't even know.
They are currently, Mike, 7-3.
It's crazy. It's a crazy 7-3.
The AFC is so weird. The AFC is so fucking weird.
They stacked a handful of wins early. That's really helping them right now.
The AFC is so goddamn weird that every time that you see a team, you're like, God, they suck. Anyways, they're 4 games over 500 right now.
Right.
Also, next week we need a name for this game because this game has happened before. It happened in the playoffs, which was the biggest collapse in Chargers playoff history. And it's just like the mirror game. Like these two franchises are the same. Mm-hmm. And even like the quarterbacks have like an argument to be like the same, except one of them has more internet hype. We get Chargers at Jaguars next week.
Oh boy, I remember
that's
that
the
game.
Same team.
That was the moment where I was like, why? Like after that happened and Brandon Staley wasn't immediately fired, I was so confused.
Yeah,
I was like, what are we doing here?
What is
Duval?
Yeah, that game. I almost feel like, what time is that game on? It's an early game.
It's like Shakey's Bowl before Shakey's.
That is the Shakey's Bowl. If that was a primetime game, I would suggest we do a live stream watch along for that because
definitely
Chargers Jaguars, that is such up our alley of what the fuck are these teams?
What was it, a 19-point lead the Jags blew in the fourth quarter this week?
Oh yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I think maybe 18. I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it was 19. They couldn't handle all that neck. Davis Mills was putting out.
I mean, so they lost 36-29. They gave up 26 points in the fourth quarter.
That's not good. Not good, Jim.
No, not good, Jim. I have the aforementioned next ranked Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, what number?
12.
Duval. I'll take it.
If I offered you Trevor Lawrence, or you have to get rid of Trevor Lawrence this second, but you get the number 1 pick in 2029.
You kicked my coverage trying to think about the 2029.
Yeah, that's why I had to go far enough out for you not to know.
Let's see. 27's Arch, so that'd make 28 like CJ Carr and some of the guys who came out this year, like Julian Sand. Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah.
Out kicking that. Yeah, I'd probably just go ahead and take the pick. Let's see what happens.
So what's the worst case scenario there? Like you drop Trevor Lawrence this second. Like waiver claim is out. Anyone in the league could take Trevor Lawrence.
You probably wish you had Mac Jones back, I guess.
But is there a single team in the league you have faith in making you look dumb for cutting Trevor Lawrence? Like what if McVay signs Trevor Lawrence?
I mean,
are you even worried then?
I mean, even then, it's like a McVay or like a Shanahan.
Like the 49ers. Yeah. If the 49ers or Vikings sign Trevor Lawrence after you, whoever the baby GM, of the Jaguars is. You cut him. And he gets signed by Kevin O'Connell tomorrow. Are you like, shit? Or are you like, you know what? I'm not worried.
I mean, a part of me is like, shit, but then I'm also like, oh, you know what? I feel like a lot of people have come around to the fact that the only reason he's going to look good is because of Kevin O'Connell. And then my next word will be like, well, God damn it, what does that say about my coaching staff? And then I'll go into an existential, like, whirlwind, like a total downward spiral. I don't know. I mean, Trevor, like, if you're going to sit here and be like, Trevor Lawrence is a bad quarterback, I'd be like, all right, well, settle down. You say Trevor Lawrence is a league average quarterback, I'd give you a gold star. You nailed it. He's a league average quarterback.
He's just disappointing for his draft spot. And here's
Exactly.
here's I'll move on from I'll get off Trevor Lawrence's dick here in a second.
I feel like we're punching him in the dick, not on top of it.
I'm standing on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a quick name game here, and just as fast as you can, rattle them off. You tell me which one of these two guys you would take right now. Okay.
Okay. Go.
Trevor Lawrence or Fernando Mendoza?
Fernando Mendoza. Oh my God, that was faster than I thought it was.
Trevor Lawrence or Ty Simpson?
Ty Simpson.
Trevor Lawrence or Arch Manning?
That's where it gets a little hard. I don't believe in Arch yet.
You got to pick one. Name game. Come on.
I'm gonna take Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
That was hard to say, but I think I am.
All right, Mike. My 13th and my penultimate team on this list here.
Wait, there's 14 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's why I said penultimate.
Oh, penultimate. Okay.
The Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
The Cardiac Bears. The Beardiac Bears.
Clutch?
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Fucking 220 yards and 1 touchdown. We're like, Caleb Williams is here going to be the quarterback.
I'm just saying. I heard Colin Cowherd say that Caleb Williams is clutch.
He had 8 carries for 63 yards, 7.9 a carry for a touchdown. Added a touchdown through the air on a 6.1 average depth of target. He ran for more yards per rush than he threw per attempt.
That's not great, you know.
Here's the thing. You want to play a quick name game here? I'm gonna name a quarterback, and you tell me who you would take, Caleb Williams or this guy. Ready?
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Oh shit. Sometimes I shock myself with how quickly I say these things. I don't even know if that was the right answer, to be honest with you, but I just still don't believe in it. Like, I know they've won a few games in a row. Like, the one thing I'll give Caleb is that he doesn't throw interceptions. He's got that going for him.
Yeah, and he's still, like, he's not taking as many sacks as he did before. He took 0 sacks in this game against a somewhat injured but much better defensive line in the Giants. But most of all, man, like, Piss Pants Ben Johnson is in his fucking bag. The dude knows how to call an offense, dude. Like,
absolutely.
that guy's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. And what it is might be piss-soaked boxers, but he's got it.
Yeah, that makes me wonder. Like, I feel like the Jags, they should do a Cohen v. Johnson like battle, and they should switch QBs next season.
Like a fist. Oh, got it.
Yeah,
that makes more sense than
which
my
QB
suggestion.
does better. That's how we will decide. What we're deciding, I don't know, but we will decide.
That honestly wouldn't be a bad idea for a lot of stuff. But the difference is, like, Trevor Lawrence just keeps making boneheaded plays. Like, just once a game, he'll just make a boneheaded play. Just Caleb Williams, like, if he gets too comfortable, it's like there's a thing that pitchers will do where they'll, like, in their pitching glove, they'll, like, de-wire part of it so a wire sticking out. So in long games, they can just bend their wrist in and have the wire stab themselves in the wrist.
As like a jolt or what?
Yeah, to keep them sharp. Just because, like, you can fall asleep pitching, right? It becomes very, like, monotonous. Like, this pitch, and then this pitch, and then this pitch. And sometimes to keep themselves sharp, they have to do stuff like that. Or put, like, tiger balm behind their ears. Like, different stuff that, like, hurts to keep them on edge.
Why don't they just wear, like, a shot collar and bark?
That could work, too.
Okay.
But I feel like Caleb Williams needs one of those because his is the opposite. Like, instead of him falling asleep and getting, like, lazy and just, like, throwing up a ball that gets picked, he, like, gets too comfortable and then will hold on the ball for 8 seconds, 9 seconds during a play.
Yeah, I still haven't seen, like, it's gonna sound so first takey. There's no just like a killer instinct from Caleb. There's no like I'm about to make a play that's like Caleb Williams doesn't make plays and the announcers doesn't go, oh my God, I can't believe he tried that, but by God, it worked. There's none of that from him.
Very safe throws. There was a play. God, I'm not gonna be able to remember who the quarterback was. It might have been Baker Mayfield, but someone like threw into double coverage on like a pivotal 4th down and it worked. this week.
Yeah.
Caleb's too safe for that. I will say, sometimes that guy will rip a pass that I'm like,
you're like,
oh fuck, holy shit,
yeah.
What?
I was watching Alabama highlights today, and I was like, God, what happened? Where's the zip on the ball? God damn, where'd that go?
Yeah, piss pants Ben Johnson, just he's got that juice. He's got that piss juice. My final team here, the 14th team, as you could probably figure out from process of elimination, Pittsburgh Steelers.
This team sucks.
They suck. There's not.
Can I go and throw that down there?
The defense is bad. Aaron Rodgers is inconsistent. Like, Aaron Rodgers still has, like, moments where you're like, that is a wily veteran quarterback. But sometimes he's like, I want to play like 2013 Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, dude, you're like a trash bag full of meat now. You can't really throw the ball like that anymore.
Yeah, you're an old man now. And there were some good clips of him getting hit where his head looked like it bent, like just like slow-mo pics that were kind of funny. I'm gonna do something here live on air. I feel like it needs to be done. You ready for this?
You're not gonna shit your pants, are you?
No. All right. NFC North winner. Oh, God damn it.
Ravens are favored.
Minus 220. The whole world already knows.
Yeah.
The Steelers team is fake. And
you need the Steelers to win this Chargers game. If the Steelers had won this Chargers game, had been 2 games over 500, then you could have probably gotten the Ravens at like plus 130.
I said this like 3 weeks ago. It was going to happen. Ravens are going to get healthy. They were going to run. Everybody's going to go like crazy. I'm doing a certain motion right now for those watching about Lamar Jackson. We're all going to, not me, but everybody else is going to go insane, and then he's going to get knocked out in the divisional round.
Now, should we be worried at all that the hero, Jack Sawyer, has as many interceptions as he does sacks?
Jack Sawyer!
The hero!
I don't think we should be worried about that.
Okay, just checking.
Should I put money on the Browns at plus 15,000 though?
I don't even think that like Browns ownership should be putting money on the Browns.
No, I don't think so either.
Like, people that can affect the outcomes of games shouldn't even be doing that. That's a bad bet, even if you can go in there and rig the bets, a la Damon Jones.
Yeah, shit. I know we gotta move on. We don't like to go too long, even though we always go long on these podcasts. But Bills are plus 195 to win the East right now. We still got a game to play against the Patriots later in the year.
Let me rattle off my power rankings here, Mike. And since you only did 4, we'll come to a consensus on the top 4 here, and then we'll move on.
Sure.
My entire power rankings: number 1, Seattle Seahawks; 2, Rams; 3, Colts; 4, Lions; 5, Eagles; 6, Bills; 7, Packers; 8, Broncos; 9, Patriots; 10, Buccaneers; 11, Chargers; 12, Jags; 13, Bears; and 14, Steelers. Mike,
I'm gonna save you time, Adam. I'm gonna save you time. Who do you have at 1?
Seahawks.
Make that the Rams, and we can move on. That's all I care about, is that the Rams are number 1.
All right. Los Angeles Rams are number 1 in our combined power rankings. Los Angeles Rams are number 1, and we have no other teams ranked. So there you go.
The Rams are in the fucking Super Bowl. That's what we're trying to tell you, people. Get those tickets in now. If you don't believe me, check my betting record for my latest on Saturday. I might know a little something about ball, all right?
Might know a little something about ball. I also had to cut that out from the end of the podcast because we just went on forever trying to figure out what bets you had won or lost.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I did good, though. I did very good.
You did great. You did great. Do we have everything graded for that? Let me see if I can pull that up just to give everyone the record for the week.
Good job by you.
There
was a couple bets that weren't finished yet, so yeah.
Here, I'll cut this out, but I just want to get the record. Alabama first half minus 6.5.
Yes, sir.
That hit? Florida State money line?
No. I went 6-2, I believe, right?
And UNLV minus 4.5.
Yeah, baby. I'm running revs, son. I'm running
so
revs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You went 6-2 on the week, Mike. Well done. Well done.
The personal bank account was looking the FanDuel account. Sorry, bleep that. The sportsbook I use account was looking good come the end of the day Saturday, which is why
I look on Sunday.
50. Sunday, I didn't do any betting Sunday. I've just learned not to bet NFL, except I did just bet. I did during this podcast bet Eagles minus 1.5 and put an unnecessary amount of money on Bills plus 195 to win the division.
Great jam. So you're up.
Great jam.
Just for week 11, for college football week 11, you were up just a hair under 4 units.
Under 4 units is pretty good. How do units work?
It's just whatever your standard betting thing is. So like,
okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Normally bet 20, say you bet $25 across the board. Right now, you'd be up just a hair under $100.
Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I just want to make sure that I've been calculating that right.
On the season, your win percentage 48.39%, but you hit a lot of parlays. So,
dude, I hit them parlays.
Let's close this out, Mike. Just some weird storylines from Week 10 that I want to talk about. We alluded to some of these earlier, but first off, Dan Campbell like stealth calling plays.
I mean, I like. So, it's like the double-edged sword of being a head coach is he saw a problem and he said, you know what, this is I run things, I'm going to step up and I'm going to fix it, and he did. It worked. They played great. You know, if it didn't work, then the public perception would be that you're overstepping and you suck. But it worked, so he looks like a genius.
If it didn't work, that's like grounds to clean out the staff because they're playing the worst defense in the league right now, which is the Commanders' defense. And yeah, they put up 44.
I will say it was also him stepping in wasn't like a out of left field thing. Like the Lions offense has been inconsistent and has had some like aspects that haven't been great and from a consistency standpoint. So him stepping in wasn't crazy. If someone said name a head coach you think would call like a good offense, I don't think Dan Campbell's not the first one that comes to mind.
So by EPA created per play, this game against the Commanders was the second best game
of all time
of the season.
Oh, okay.
Second best game of the season. Mike, can you guess what the number 1 game was?
No, I can't, and I don't want to know.
Week 2.
Yeah. Who?
Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions scored 52 points.
Yeah, those poor Bears got the wrath of Detroit coming out half asleep week 1.
That Dan Campbell stepping in as the offensive coordinator was only eclipsed in EPA created per play by John Morton, who he replaced. So
that's pretty good, though.
That's pretty good.
My OC calls plays, number 1 EPA. I call plays, and number 2 EPA. What are you gonna think? We can't be stopped.
Yeah, next week they need to let the special teams coordinator call plays. He's going to be number 3.
I'm just saying, give Kelvin Shepard the playbook. See what happens. Let him call both.
Currently by MVP odds, Darnold, Baker, and Drake May are all in the top 5 now.
I don't know what. I think when I came and visited when I came up to Chicago, I was there for like a week. Had a good time. Banger of a time. Tore up the town, the Windy City. I think at some point I went to the bathroom and you spiked my drink with a Darnold pill. Because I am so Darnold built. Like, I want this for the man. I want it.
Can we I want this from Matt Stafford. That's if we're picking like
that too.
Yeah.
He hasn't had it yet.
Yeah.
He's such a he's like the forgotten QB of his era.
Yeah. And I think that generally Stafford was considered to be a good, not great QB, and then he linked up with McVay and we were like, Stafford's great. And it's like,
but the problem was
let's give him the MVP anyways.
When he started his career, Brady, Manning, and company were still in the league.
Yeah.
You know, and he got forgot. And Breeze. I should put them. That's a big trifecta.
They obviously lost a lot of games early on and had no offensive line and made poor Calvin Johnson retire.
Such a tragedy.
Can I give you my favorite stat from this week?
Yes.
As of Sunday.
What if I said no? Would you just cut the recording?
No, just do it anyways. As of Sunday, at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, for the first time in his career, Matt Stafford was a 500 QB.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
115, 115, and 1.
I mean, when you think about it, isn't it crazy that, like I'm about to say here? Name me another Georgia Bulldog QB who's had a better NFL career. You can't.
I can't. Carson Beck's the only other one I can name even. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he doesn't have an elbow anymore, so it's not happening.
Anthony Edwards. Yeah, Anthony Edwards played at Georgia.
Did he really? Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's got that dog in him. He's an Atlanta boy. He's always wearing Atlanta stuff. If he leaves us for the Hawks, I'll kill myself. Anyways.
Jesus.
The only non-QB
Ray Young and Antho? Oh my God.
the only QB in any kind of reasonable position to win MVP is Jonathan Taylor, which once again allowed me to be the buzzkill, the actually guy at the party. Value is the operative word there, and running backs are not valuable.
I feel like if this award was allowed to go to non-QBs, there'd be a lot of other players we could throw up in consideration. But it's all just a quarterback counting stat now. Doesn't mean anything.
It's usually the quarterback on the 1 or 2 seed with the highest EPA in the league, and that's what it's going to be again this year when Matthew Stafford or Daniel Jones wins it. Which, listen, I don't want to live in that world either, but we're living in that world.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
MVP awards. I shouldn't say this because my boy, my hero, my child, Josh Allen just won one. The MVP awards are starting to get close to Pro Bowl noms for me. Like, they don't mean shit to me. Don't come to me and be like, "You won NFL MVP." The field of who can win an NFL MVP has been narrowed down so much now that it just doesn't mean that much to me anymore.
Even more than that, part of the problem I feel like with NFL MVP, at least recently, has been that it's DiCaprio winning Best Actor for The Revenant.
It's a year late.
Yeah, it's a year late, and it's like this guy's got to win one at one point. Like,
right.
I swear to God, I'm not just trying to be inflammatory. Last year, Lamar should have won it, and the year before, Josh should have won it.
That's inflammatory. You're inflammatory. That's inflammatory. Lamar's a stat patter. That's cute. That is so cute.
Even last year, Lamar was first-team All-Pro quarterback and didn't win MVP. That is the first time that happened in NFL history. Like,
yeah, because people realize he's a stat patter.
It's the same voters, Mike.
But they realize it.
It's like they just did it backwards, and it's become a little bit of DiCaprio winning Best Actor for The Revenant.
You know what I would pay more attention to?
What?
Is if people said blank player finished top 5 MVP. I'd say okay. Well, because once you get up there, it's like you can split hairs and make the case for any of the people.
Yeah.
So tell me that. I don't give a shit about who won it, except for Josh Allen. I give a shit that he won it because he deserved it. He should win at least another 10.
There you go. Very unbiased opinion from Mike Regan.
Yes.
Would you be upset if Drake May won?
No, I've said this before. Like, it's so weird because I was super high on Drake May coming out of college, so I'm like happy to see what he's doing. So I'm like in this weird. I'd be happy for him. I just hope that he'd like win one and then demand his way out of New England. Go to Washington.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't want to admit that I would like that. Last thing here. Just a weird random note, and then if there's anything else we need to touch on, we can. Should we discount Mike Vrabel's ability to win Coach of the Year because for some reason he's buried Travion Henderson so far in his back pocket that we haven't been able to see him until now? And then the first game where he gets opportunities, 147 yards and 2 touchdowns against, and I'm not kidding you, Mike, the best rush defense in the NFL.
Yes. Yeah. That's funny you say that because I was thinking that, like, thinking about the Pats, I was like, man, if Travion Henderson, if that's who he really is, then that's a hell of an offense.
Yeah.
But they did. But really, throughout the year, there's been talk about that, like how Vrabel just refused to give him the ball for some reason.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows why? Yeah. Just the weirdest fucking thing. I honest to God think that if that was just like Travion Henderson was texting during a meeting or something, and so Vrabel buried him until week 10, I don't think Vrabel should be eligible for Coach of the Year. That's bad. That's bad process.
You know why that's like not a crazy thought process? That was like, I mean, I have to go back, but like I could totally have seen a situation where like Henderson fumbled in a game and then Vrabel was like, I'm done with you until Stevenson got hurt. Why do I think Vrabel would be that way? Because he's from the Belichick coaching tree. Also, and Belichick would have been the same way.
He did that to current Washington Commander Treylon Burks.
Yeah. And look where Treylon Burks is now.
I think
he was the leading receiver this week.
He might have been leading receiver. It's sad out there, man. That's tragic.
It's hard out there for a commie right now.
There was a moment when Treylon Burks caught the ball, and I was like, "Who's 12?" And they showed it the back of his jersey. He was like, "Burks," and I was like, "There's no way that's Treylon Burks, right?"
Speaking of numbers, like terrible timing for JJ McCarthy, by the way.
What?
So after he came back the previous week and won, played good. Yeah. And then he had that, you saw his quote when he got asked about like how he turns it on. He was like, yeah, it's that person, I call him 9. Don't ever admit that because he played bad this week and everybody was like 9. Like, don't open yourself up to that, bro. Why would you do that?
We almost need to not put a microphone in front of these guys until they're 24.
Right? Except for Fernando Mendoza.
Is Fernando Mendoza out there saying shit, or?
Well, he had the great quote last year when Stanford had like the big 98-yard touchdown drive to win the game against Stanford, and California, the game against Stanford, and he was like us, he said like going 98 yards with the boys. And then this week he went 90 yards with the boys and may have just won himself the Heisman in that game against Penn State, if anybody saw it.
So what is this thing about the backup quarterback wearing the punter's jersey or something from college, by the way?
So it was like a big thing in a play in the USC game. Backup QB changed his jersey, was wearing a different number. It was a trick play. They picked up a first down.
Did they get flagged for it, or did they not notice it until later?
They didn't get flagged for it. Now there's like this big debate and hubbub of whether or not it was legal. And like my response is like it was USC against Northwestern.
Yeah. How dare you?
USC was going to beat Northwestern regardless.
Northwestern and Ohio State are playing at Wrigley Field next week.
You going?
No.
Nerd.
Closing out just with a couple of news items that popped up here right as we're finishing up the pod. Joe Burrow practices. Hopes to be back by Thanksgiving. Your thoughts, Mike?
I saw that. They're still alive. And they're on. Go for it.
Nah, bench him. Get
I know.
Yeah.
If exactly. If you're going to be the person who's very like you're very like rings or
tanker titles. Yeah, I'm a tanker
titles. Yes, thank you. You're that kind of guy. So you're like, why would you bring your franchise out there to potentially get hurt if you don't think you can actually win a Super Bowl? I understand players. They're wired differently. He's got that dog in him. He's want to be out there with his boys competing. All right. I get it on a different level. Yeah, exactly.
Garrett Wilson to miss 3 to 4 weeks with a knee injury. Mike, your thoughts?
Oh, it's tragedy for the Jets. Hold on.
Well,
can we talk real quick before we wrap up here?
I am convinced that Garrett Wilson walked into the locker room after that game and just, like, Aaron Glenn walked in behind him and just started fucking Tanya Hardening him to the knee.
Yeah, so, like, what are teams doing this week? Like,
why you mean all the bad teams are winning? Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets and the Saints particularly. What are you doing?
Didn't you just a second ago say that you understand these people and you want to be out there with the boys and you want to win games?
You're competitive. You got that dog in you. You're a competitor. You're an athlete. I get it. But at some point, it's got to hit it. Come on. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's firmly Breece Hall's fault. They should have traded him to Dallas. Don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, definitely his fault. Well, not really. I think it was more so the Browns' fault for just being so bad.
They're terrible, man. They're so bad.
Really,
it was special teams where they had 2 touchdowns.
Like, I imagine Aaron Glenn was in his office and the GM came in. He was like, "What are you doing? Why'd you win that game? We're trying to get like a top pick." He was like, "Dude, Justin Fields went 6 of 11 for 54. What do you want me to do? We shouldn't have won, okay?"
Justin Fields had 42 net yards and an interception.
Yes. I tried my hardest today, okay?
That's all I got, Mike. Anything else we need to cover?
No.
All right. You want to hit your plugs and we'll get out of here?
Yeah, follow me at SoundOnMike.com, which I believe was formerly known as Twitter, I think is what it was called. Mm-hmm. Some guy named Jack owned it. I don't know. And dropped it on Saturday last week. Obviously, that's over. You should have read it, trailed me. You'd be rich right now, but you're poor and you didn't. So it's unfortunate for you. Keep an eye out for this week's on Saturday. Also, I'm starting to work on, not a pressing together immediately, but I've started working on doing a coaching carousel guide. Your one-stop shop to see all the positions that are open, everybody who's been fired, all the people who could possibly be hired, and all that good stuff. So look out for that.
Very nice. You can follow me at TalentAloneAdam on Twitter, formerly known as X. You can read all of our work on talentalone.com, as Mike just said there. If you are listening to the audio version of this podcast on whatever audio platforms you use, you can get this on YouTube as well. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you like what we're doing here. We post shorts. We're live streaming tomorrow. By the time you hear this, it'll probably be... What's up?
I don't care if you like it. Subscribe to it, God damn it.
There is a short up right now where you can watch the closest Mike has come to dying in his life.
It's a close one.
It is, like, at the time, I was dealing with tech issues, and I watched it back, and I was like, oh my god, Mike almost died. So, that's a short on YouTube. That's content.
I had the same reaction like later on where I was like, I almost died.
Yeah, he almost actually died. We're streaming tomorrow. Although when you listen to that, it'll be today as I'm getting back from Die My Love. I have it set to be 4:45 right now. There's a chance it'll have to get bumped by like maybe 5-10 minutes if I'm just running behind a little bit, but should be good to go at 4:45 Central, 5:45 Eastern. Playing Pokemon Fire Red with our brand new stream setup, Mike, that I made in a little app called Blender. Blender for animating. Blender. But looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll do that'll probably be a nice long one too.
Oh yeah, we're beating the whole game, right? Elite Four? We're going all the way?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can check out our next podcast, which will be on Wednesday, where we'll be covering Week 11 of the NFL. And then I will be back on Friday with Tyler Carcara of the podcast fame. We'll be covering the NBA. Mike, do you have any requests for us to cover for the NBA?
Just talk about how great Jalen Duren is.
All right. We'll talk about how great Jalen Duren is.
There you go.
We do have to talk about Nets Pacers because that was the worst game that we overlapped on our bottom 5 league pass rankings.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
So I have a review for Nets Pacers. I don't really post a lot on social media. I'm trying to get better about it. I want to just get and it's not like I want we got to grow the brand or whatever. I just think like it's fun to have conversations with people out there that think like us. Like I've had a lot of fun in the comments on YouTube. Whenever we get random comments talking back to us, just chatting with those people about sports. So give me a follow on Twitter. I just changed my avatar to be what I think is our new little mascot, Mike.
I like it. I saw that. That's good.
Yeah. It's also our favicon on our website now. If you go to townalone.com, it appears in your little tab.
Oh.
But yeah, follow me. Comment on this podcast. Shoot us a message. Email us at townalonepodcast@gmail.com. I would love for us to be able to do a mailbag at some point. Those episodes are always a lot of fun. And most importantly, Mike, since it's the end of the podcast, we got to do shout-outs here.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and do a Georgia Bulldogs base shout-out.
Georgia Bulldogs base shout-out? Shout-out to the shooter, Gunnar Stockton.